What's good, everybody? It's your boy with the Heater Studios LLC, and I am going to give you a slight little tutorial. It's just going to basically be not like really in depth on every plugin, but just a little bit how I set up my vocal chain. So let's get into it. I'm located in Omaha, Nebraska. If you guys need any mixing or mastering done, you can go to the Heater Studios LLC.net and the Heater Studio LLC at gmail.com is where you can contact me. So if you guys have any questions or anything in that regards, you can hit me up through there. So like I said, this is not going to be really in depth, but it's just going to be a little small walkthrough of how I do my vocal chain. Um, I have my track here running through into a lead bus. All my dubs are into this dub bus. Those are running into this Vox, and then that's running into the mix bus, right? All right, so let's play this real quick, and then I'm just gonna walk you through real quick what I'm doing slightly with all these plugins. I did an EQ here, and this EQ I just did a high pass filter all the way to 100 hertz, and then did a little bit of mids taming and taking a little bit of this 200 range because it gets muddy.
Yeah, coming in like zoom. Your boy no good to say 100, 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow me. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's. Tired of taking these L's. Time on even failed to show you who fake and real. The wrong mob ties gon' get you. T-shirt and you nail. The wrong lines gon' get you peeled. Through the vines, all tied and killed.
Alright, so then we're gonna add a gate on there. Then after adding the gate is just there just to take out all background noises when you're recording. We're going to use a vocal writer just to tame some transients, just to get the vocal at a consistent volume.
Haters cruising by me, waiting to crucify me. I'm gonna see you 100, 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow me. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's, tired of taking these L's. Time only unveiled to show you who fake and real.
Alright, and then next I went over and added the virtual mix rack and just did a little bit more EQing and vocal enhancing. First we started off with a de-esser here. I wish there was a way that I can just bypass everything. Alright, I'm just gonna bypass it all, then I'll walk you through it. De-esser here, then we got the virtual channel that's on turn to the Brit Neves. It just emulates the Neves console, gives a little bit of saturation as if we were running our microphone through an actual Neves console. Then we got the FGS here. It almost reminds me of the SSL. And then we got the FGN. And after the FGN essentially is just used for the shine on the vocal. So with the FGS, we're boosting about 5K here. Then we're taking out 3.5 because it gets a little bit harsh in that range. And then in the low mid frequencies here, I took about 573, almost close to 600. Just felt like it was getting a little bit too, I don't know how you pronounce it. Whoa, 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 whoa. All right. And then you just go and since I thinned out the vocal a little bit here, you'll see what I'm talking about.
The wrong mob ties gon' get you. T-shirt and you nail. The wrong lines gon' get you peeled. Through the vines, all tied and killed. Haters cruising by me, waiting to crucify me. I'm gonna see you with beat that batter G. We all got battle scars and stories to tell. We all want the houses and cars.
All right. Sorry, guys. My wife just got home, so threw me off a little bit. All right. So you guys see how when we made these EQ adjustments, rolling off the 80 here and the 80 here, taking out some of the 255, it made the vocal slightly a little bit thin, not to where we were losing major character, but it just made the vocal a little thinner. So we're gonna use Revival to just add thickness.
And the word earn meal. Boy, no good to say 100. 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It just
And I was like, the vocals sounded really, really great right now. So I went over to the CLA 76, and we're just gonna use this compressor to add some character.
a little different. You gotta follow. Feel me? Boy, no good to say 100. 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different.
So with characteristics, it also cuts through the mix. The 76 allows the vocal to cut through the mix. So after that, we went over to a multi-band dynamic compressor and just tamed a little bit of those low mids again and some of those high mid frequencies.
You gotta follow. Then like zoom, your boy no good to say 100. 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's, tired of taking these L's. Time only
It just tightened up the vocal a little bit better, you know what I mean? Tightened it up real, real nice. Then right here, I used a dynamic EQ just to do a little bit more taming in spots where I thought needed it.
boy no good to say 100. 100. You want it? Man, I'm tired of living these L's, tired of taking these L's. Show you who fake a bill. I'm tired of get your t-shirt and nail. Mine's gonna get you bill. Through the vines, so tired to kill. Crucify me. Crucify me. I'm gonna see you will be that by the G. Battle scars and stories to tell. Earn meal. Nobody cares about color. Everybody's a hustler. Somebody gotta supply. Somebody nobody wanna die.
Alright, after that, we went over to the CLA 2A.
You're born to live to see another 24. Everybody wanna be fly, but we gon' get the dirt front of row. Line the center.
This compressor is really, really, really amazing with pushing the vocal up front as well. The CLA 76, it does it, but I mean, the 2A, it really gives that vocal, that character to really sit in front of everything.
Forgive me, Lord, cause I ain't sorry. I like my people, new representative. My DNA ain't got nothing but thorough in my dinner. One foot in the door, the other in the street, I'm trying to get it. Just a buzz of my brothers who be under the struggle, but killing and buzzing ain't gonna get us about this motherfucker.
And then, of course, thank you to Help Me Devon. We have the Rosetta EQ right here, and we have a little bit of subtracting a little bit more of that mud, just take some of that mud out from the compressors. Kind of bring sometimes the mud up a little bit in the vocal. We added a little bit of air, a little bit of presence, and a little bit of bite to the vocal. So let's see what the difference is.
100, 100, you want it? You gotta follow me, you know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's, tired of taking these L's. Time only unveiled to show you who fake a real. The mob ties gonna get
Nice. Then let's add a little bit of fresh air just for a little bit of sheen.
your t-shirt and the nail. The wrong lines gonna get you peeled through the vines, all tied and killed. Haters cruising by me, waiting to crucify me. I'm in to see it winners and principles be that by the G. We all got battle scars.
Now we're gonna go over to our bus that we have all these vocals, that we have this lead feeding into, and we're gonna pull up that virtual mix rack again. And I'm just gonna take out a little bit more of that 200 range. Sometimes that range is just really, really annoying. So I do a lot of taming of that range throughout the vocal. I just kind of spread it out evenly to where I'm not doing too much and too aggressive of a move with just one EQ. So after that, I swiped over the de-esser to the 8K range, and this kind of helps. It kind of helps tame some of that the high end on the vocal as well. So you guys are gonna see the difference.
The stories to tell, we all want the houses and cars and the world earn meal. Nobody cares about color when everybody's a hustler. Somebody gotta supply, somebody gotta be cussed, but nobody wanna die. You're gonna live to see another 24.
See?
And like zoom, your boy no good to say 100, 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different.
You know, just a little, some very slight. The moves are very, very slight, and the sound of it's very, very slight, but it makes a big difference in the mix.
You gotta follow. Feel me? Tired of taking these L's. Time on these L's. To show you who fake a real. The wrong mob ties gon' get you. T-shirt and the nail. The wrong lines gon' get you peeled. Through the vines, all tied and killed. Me waiting to crucify me. I'm in to see it winners and principles be that by the G. We all got.
And then we got the virtual tape machine following up just to give it some more saturation and warmth.
Got battle scars and stories to tell. We all want the houses and cars and the world earn mail. Nobody cares about color when everybody's a...
All right, so then we go over to the adding space, a little bit of character with the reverb, but more so the space in the mix. You know what I mean? So we got the neo verb here, and I pretty much got this the pre EQ focus more so on the lower end. You'll see what it's gonna do to the vocal.
Hustle, somebody gotta supply, somebody gotta be custom, but nobody wanna die. You're gonna live to see another 24. Everybody wanna be fly, but we gon' get the dirt in front of the road. Line the center.
Go over to our next reverb because we use multiple reverbs. It helps out a lot. I actually use 3 usually on a vocal. This next reverb, I'm pretty sure this one adds a little bit more tail into the mids. So
yeah, coming in like zoom. Your boy no good to send 100, 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow me. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's, tired of taking these L's. Time only unveiled to show you who fake or real.
Alright, cool. It's a little bit of the tail on that highs in there, so I'm gonna just take that down a little bit. And then we got one more. Actually, I'll just only use two on this vocal. Okay, that's cool. So actually, the last thing running in this vocal, we got a bus right here with a vocal doubler right here. And it's going to basically just add more width to the vocal.
And like zoom, your boy no good to send 100, 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow me. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's, tired of taking these L's. Time only unveiled to show you who fake or real. The wrong mob ties gon' get you T-shirt and the nail. The wrong lines gon' get you peeled through the vines, all tied and killed. Haters cruising by me, waiting to crucify me. I'm in the sea of winners who principles beat that by the G. We all got battle scars and stories to tell. We all want the houses and cars and the world earn mail. Nobody cares about color when everybody's a hustler. Somebody gotta supply, somebody gotta be custom, but nobody wanna.
So yeah, man. Of course, I'm gonna be doing some little bit more cleanup. You know what I'm saying? A little bit more work in here, of course. You know what I'm saying? But for overall, that's essentially how I set up my my vocal chains, guys. I hope I gave you a little bit of inspiration on how you can set up your vocal chains, man. Like I said, I'm an in-home studio located in Omaha, Nebraska. You guys need any help with, from encouragement to how to do this to fundamentals and a bunch, just don't be afraid to hit me and ask me. Do not be afraid to hit me and ask me.
Yeah, coming in like zoom. Your boy no good to send 100, 100. You want it? You gotta follow me. You know what I mean? It's just a little different. You gotta follow me. Feel me? Man, I'm tired of living these L's.
So shout out to No Good to Simp. I appreciate you guys that are tapping in and watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with people that are needing some musical inspiration as well, especially if you're trying to do some recording on your own. If you guys have things that you've recorded on BandLab or any third-party DAW, and you guys are wondering, man, am I going to be able to actually get this mixed professionally? Yes, you can, and we could do it for you. So don't be afraid to hit us up, man. It's the Heater Studios LLC. I appreciate everybody for tapping in. You guys have a very blessed day.